I'm longing. As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longeth after thee. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee.
Hello. Good afternoon. You're welcome to day 6. Time is just flying so fast. So welcome to day 6 of the Wind devotional. So if you're just joining for the first time, the Wind devotional is a devotional based on the book of Esther for young professionals. So whether in career or in business, if you're a young professional, then you're in the right place. We're going to be looking at some insights from the book of Esther. And for the past 5 days, it's a 31-day devotional. And for the past 5 days, we've learned a lot of things. We've learned about yesterday we learned about not giving luck too much credit, or accepting our privileges, or recognizing that even those that have privileges also have to do work as well. So today we are going to be looking at day 6. Day 6 is titled the Bummock, and just to give you a bit of context, an iceberg, what an iceberg is when people say it's just the tip of an iceberg. So an iceberg is like a whole mass of ice in water. So the tip of the iceberg is what we see on top, but usually the iceberg actually has like a very big mass underneath, like it's bigger, much bigger underneath. So on that part that people cannot see is called the Bummock. And if you maybe watch Titanic, you realize that the Titanic collided with an iceberg. It just looks very small on top, but you see that probably the boat collided with the entire thing beneath. That was what caused the Titanic to drown. So today we're looking at Bummock, what it is. And the context of the conversation really is about successes. Like when you hear that people have done great things, when you see like a CEO, or you see a founder, you just see the finished, for lack of a better phrase, you see the finished work. You see somebody that is put together, you see somebody that is eloquent, you see somebody that has pizzazz, somebody that has gravitas, you see somebody that is intelligent, well spoken, but you don't know the kind of, you don't know what you're seeing is the tip of iceberg. You don't know what the Bummock for that CEO or founder or career person is. High on agility. So that is what it is. That's really what we're talking about. And the reason why it's important to understand or to look at success as what you can see and the things you cannot see, number one, is that it helps you to appreciate people more. So when you see somebody, that is shining in a given field, you can appreciate the amount of work that has gone into that person being who they are today. You can appreciate the amount of work that has gone into that product that you see that you like. So that's, or maybe if maybe like a brand that is launching a new product, you don't know maybe the testing, the sleepless nights, the cost that has gone into it. All you can think about, all you're just seeing is, oh, this is a product that is nice and works well. So when you think about success, think about the kind of work that has gone into the level of work that has gone, the level of sacrifices, the level of pain, and even the opportunity cost. You know what opportunity cost in economics is, for example, if I have to buy a phone and maybe pay for my school fees, the phone is the opportunity cost of paying for my school fees, because I can't do both. I have to do one, and to pay for my school fees will be the ideal thing to do. So if you look at the story of Esther, remember the conversation is around Esther, who was just an orphan girl, and becoming queen. And in the devotional, I had made statement like, who knows, maybe Esther wanted to marry one of the younger guys there. Esther wanted to marry the who now? She just wanted to be a feminist or something. She wanted to be an advocate for maybe like human rights. I don't know. This is me just, she wanted to be something, but because she took part in that pageant, and if you read the anchor verses, the Bible passages, Esther chapter 2 verses 12 to 18, you see that as part of the beauty pageant, and I say that loosely because it wasn't really a beauty pageant, but I think that's like what we have in close terms to it. You see that Esther, all the virgins that were selected after their 1 year training, they were taken to the king's bed, and then the king will ask for them if you remember their name. If you didn't remember their name, that's it. They were not to go before the king again, and they could not leave the palace. Like, they were totally king's property. In Yoruba, they will say "Obatibeseli," like the king has put his leg on you. You understand? So that was a possible outcome for Esther. She would have had to kiss all her dreams goodbye, even becoming queen. Really, who knows what she wanted? Like, she could have had other things she wanted to do, but now that she's queen, she has to live by the tenets of the palace. And so when I think about, like, how does this apply to you as maybe a young professional or somebody that is in business? Let me just read what I have here. It says, recognizing the Bummock helps us appreciate successes even better and empathize with successful people. But the biggest thing is that it helps you prepare your mind for work. So when you're congratulating your supervisor on successfully onboarding a client, so bear in mind the endless calls, the stalking, the follow-up that probably went into it, and ask questions so that you can replicate similar feats with ease. So the point is to recognize that sometimes the things we think about as successes, we're just seeing we're seeing the glamour, but we're not seeing the hard work and every other thing that went behind it. So what does this mean for you as a person in business, as a young professional in business or career? It means that you need to think about the sacrifices that you have to make to achieve the goals you set for your career and business. The hangouts you have to turn down in order to pay for a course, the opportunity cost for paying for sponsored ads on social media so that you can boost your social media page, attending events and conferences during the weekend when you rather be sleeping in. Make plans to accommodate them as you set your goals. Better for it. So the point is, in the next 10 years, I want to be the best lawyer. What is the sacrifice I have to make? What are the sacrifices I have to make? What is the opportunity cost? Would it involve maybe like producing a research journal every month? What would it involve? I need to be able to sit down. There's a part in the Bible where Jesus was talking and he said, who wants to build a house and doesn't sit down and count the cost? Or what king wants to go to war and doesn't sit down and count the cost? So maybe it was just like, it was all fun and games, like initially, maybe when Esther started the beauty pageant. But by the time she started going through the entire thing, she was like, oh my God, this is actually more serious than I thought it would be. So that is it. Like, when you think about success, you notice we're talking about success, for the past how many days now, because you see that success, there are so many components to you achieving your goals, to you living a life that is successful. So pray, pray, thank God for the grace, like all the sacrifices you've made, all the hard work you've put in, all the pain that you've gone through to be where you are today. Thank God for the grace to have been able to go through that. And thank God for the men and women who accurately model the success that you desire. There are people that have walked the walk before you, that have talked the talk before you, that have cleared the path. There are foreigners and prototypes that you can look to. So thank God for people making it possible, because they've done what they did, or they've done what they've done. You can now see that your dreams are not too much, that your dreams are valid, that you can do what they've done. So thank God for them. Thank God for people that have cleared the path for you to follow. And then ask God to give you the courage. Ask God to give you the courage and the strength to put in the work required to take your business or career to the next level. Ask God to give you the grace, because it's not easy. All the sacrifices and all, it's not like, I don't think that I know people say, oh, don't work harder, work smarter, but there's nowhere where they are mutually, like, you can be smart work, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's be very easy, but it's still work. Whether it's hard or it's smart, it's still work. So let's think about it like that, and ask God to give the courage and the strength to put in the work, take your business to the next level. And then ask God to make you experience such great successes that you no longer remember the pain and sacrifices. Something they call the Pyrrhic victory is where you kind of achieve your goal, but you lose almost everything that makes it worth its while anyway. So you're just like, what's the point? So ask God for like a breakthrough kind of success, that when you succeed, you don't even remember the pain. Like the success makes it worth your while. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's what the Pyrrhic victory is. That you've gotten to the finish line, but if you look at the cost and everything, you're just like, maybe I'm better off not even being where I am today. So ask God for you to experience such great success, so that by the time you achieve your goals, you don't even remember all the sufferings and the pains and the sacrifices. So take action today. Meditate on the anchor verse, like I said, Ezekiel 36:26. You need a new spirit to have a better attitude to work. It's not easy to embrace hard work. It's not easy to love hard work. Nobody loves hard work. Everybody wants the soft life. So with a tender and responsive heart, a new heart, you'll be able to have a better disposition to work. And then something for you to do is to write down the next milestone you're working towards. I know by this time, a lot of us probably have vision boards or goals or lists of things we are setting. So don't just write down the goals, also write down the things you need to put in place to make those goals come to pass. So maybe what you want for your business is a new certification, or a new, I don't know what it is. So what does that mean is what are the things you need to put? You need to pay for a course, you need to maybe you need a new license or something for your business, you need to fulfill the regulatory requirements, you need to get a lawyer or a consultant that will help you. You need to spend some time interfacing with government and regulatory agencies, things like that. So don't just put the goal, but write down what you need to meet those goals, so that you will see, you'll be able to appreciate the amount of work that you put in. And then when you see somebody that has done what you've done, what you intend to do, when you look at them, you're not just carried away by the glam. You can empathize with them and know that, oh my God, this person has done so much, has done a lot of work, and yeah, they are better for it. So that brings me to the end of today's episode, or today's devotion in the devotional. For context, devotional is titled the wooing 31 days of responding to Abba's pursuit. If you don't have a copy of the devotional, you can get it from Seller. If you have a copy, make sure you read with me. And then finally, you can also get a copy of the devotional on Amazon. So on Amazon and Seller, we're available. See you tomorrow by 12:30, same time, by the grace of God. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Remember to get a copy of devotion and read along with me. I'll also save this video as well, so you can always pick it up from wherever you stop. Cheers, bye.